tidal feather in the wind. A single feather floated gently through the air. It danced in the soft morning breeze, its delicate form shimmering as sunlight kissed its edges. It twirled and spun, carefree, as if it had no worries in the world, lost in the beauty of the moment. It had been born from a bird's wing, and now it was free, floating, soaring on the winds, experiencing the world from heights it could never have imagined before. But little did the feather know, the wind that guided it wasn't as gentle as it seemed. It wasn't merely carrying the feather, it was steering it. For the wind had a purpose, and the feather was caught in its path. The feather, light and unaware, never questioned the direction it was taken. It marveled at the view below, at the expanse of the forest, the hills, and the distant mountains. The air smelled sweet, fresh with the scent of earth and wildflowers. The feather reveled in the freedom of flight, believing it was in control, that it was choosing its path, unaware that the wind was the true master of its journey. The wind, however, had other plans. It began to gather strength, pushing the feather faster and faster, higher and higher. The feather for a moment began to struggle. What had once been a joyful ride was now a wild rush, a blur of sights and sounds. The feather's lightness, once a gift, now felt like a burden. It struggled to maintain its delicate hold on the air, its body twisting and turning, desperately trying to regain some sense of control. The wind, relentless, didn't slow down. It howled as it swept through the trees, the branches bending under its force. The feather, helpless in its grip, began to feel a shift within itself, a deep, gnawing fear. What if it never stopped? What if it was lost forever in the wind's endless maze? Then a sudden change. The wind, as if responding to some unseen command, eased its fury. The rush of air softened, and the feather, its journey now clear, began to glide slowly downward. It no longer fought. It surrendered. And as the feather drifted closer to the ground, it finally saw the world from a different perspective. It had no control over where it was going, no choice in the matter at all. The wind had chosen its path for it, and in that moment, the feather understood. It had been part of something bigger, something grander than its own fleeting existence. The feather landed gently on the earth below, its journey complete. The wind, having played its role, vanished into the distance, leaving the feather to rest. It had been a ride of uncertainty and fear, but also of revelation. The feather hadn't chosen its journey, but it had learned something far more valuable, that sometimes we are meant to be carried by forces beyond our understanding. And in that surrender, we find our true path. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.